Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning. So we are from Group 4. We're going to present about the drag car. So our group member is Muhammad Amirul Hakim bin Zainuddin, Muhammad Zarif bin Mozaki, Muhammad Muzamil bin Amin, and lastly is me, Muhammad Zimaiman bin Zulkifli. So for the introduction, firstly, drag was a reward retarding enforced cause disruption of airflow by the wing, rotor, fuselage, and other protruding jets. To apply the drag car, which is to understand the concept of drag and how it functions. So the drag has a rounded nose that tapers as it advances backward, generated a thin yet rounded tail that gently draw the air surrounding the item back through together rather than causing eddy current. So we're trying to make the car as the aerodynamic shape, may go through the air and easily to catch the air. Lastly is when it comes to aerodynamic, drag coefficient is standard metric used in the car design. This is drag coefficient we apply to the drag car that we to that prototype. So for the objective of this project is firstly to have a better understanding of how drag car vehicle work. It is we need to use the fluid mechanics and apply to the drag car and make sure it goes as a 10 and apply the fluid mechanics in real life. Secondly, to construct a drag car that can travel straight, quickly, and over long distance, which is for the for the competition, we need to make sure that car going to straight and fast and going to the long distance. And thirdly, which is determine the most critical characteristic that affect the drag vehicle efficiency. We need to understand that the material, the wheel, and how to make the car accelerate. Lastly, to build a drag car that can operate via gesture signal, which is we can make the car accelerate by using the gesture signal. So the point of introduction is a problem statement. First point is determine how to apply the concept of fluid mechanics to the drag vehicle. We need understanding the fluid mechanics, a lot of chapter and a lot of subtopic. We using Bernoulli equation to Bernoulli and continuity, and the cycle subtopic is the momentum rate of change of momentum to the car. So we apply the concept to fluid mechanics. After discussing and brainstorming, we using that because it's the easiest concept that can apply. Second point is it was necessary to ensure that drag car will rotate in a steady manner and did not turn uncontrollably. For the second problem statement, we make sure the base body of the car is stable, which is when the car need to go fast, but it make sure it's stable and doesn't rotate. The base body doesn't rotate uncontrollably. So we need to make sure the rotation of wheel is steady. And the last point is the student must decide and select their own solution as well as source of material to use on the DIY drag vehicle. So for the material, we need to find for ourselves. We buy and assembly the car using the car toys to create the drag car. Some components are junk material which is easily to get and not costly. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, hello, my name is Muhammad Zarif Zaki, and metric number N200123, and I will present about the background of our projects. Okay, for the first is Bernoulli principles. Okay, in the Bernoulli principle, we apply it in our drag car, which is the Bernoulli principle of fluid dynamics is a fluid speed increase at the same time. That is static pressure or potential energy decrease. Okay, the Bernoulli equation can take many different forms depending on the type of fluid flow to which the Bernoulli principle is applied. Okay, for the second is the hydraulic. Okay, hydraulic is we use in our pump, which is we pump the air from the pump into the bottle of drag car. Okay, the hydraulic is in practical engineering as it's theoretical based in the fluid mechanics. It is the fluid power applications, which is hydraulic use the pressure of the liquids to generate regulates and transmit power, which is like we use in the drag car. We pump and it's give energy to the drag car to move forwards. Okay. Okay, for the third is the backward and the forward force. Okay, when a drag vehicle discharge anything from the back, a reaction force cause the body of the car to go forwards. Okay, here we can see the water and air are forced out to the back when we pump the drag car. Okay, for the fourth is the water pump. Okay, in our model car known as the drag car, use the water as its reaction mass. Okay, so the water is moved by the pressure gas, often compress the air by using the pump. Okay, the pressure vessel for a drag vehicle is commonly one of the most soft plastic drink bottle. So we can make it using the nozzle like the ball or tires, and we pump using the water pump, so the air will flow into the drag car. Okay, lastly is the launcher. Okay, in order to launch the car, we must pump the air into the drag bottles, okay, which is provide the required energy. So the empty space above the water is inflated when air enter and the bubbles up through the water. Okay, it's clear there's a clever release mechanism is required to allow air into the car, keeping the water from the leaving until the trigger is pushed. So for the launcher, we use the PVC pipes, and as you can see, we also use the cable tie. So the cable tie is for the trigger that we can pull, and the bottle will release the car. Okay.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Amir Hakimin. My matrix number EAN 200-111. Okay, this is a methodology from my project group, which is a drag car. Okay, for the methodology, we have a project flowchart. Okay, from the start, we to planning our drag car. We planning almost 2 weeks, and selecting design, and ask the doctor to approve no or yes, and after 3 weeks approval, we make a preparation of material, and buy something, or buy a wheel, buy a bottle or anything. Okay, and assembly and fabrication process. After that, product testing. Product testing at we try at the College Kedaman. Okay, and after product testing, we race in drag car in event UTSM at netball court. Okay, and we record result and calculation. Okay, after that, full project report and presentation, and after this, we end the project. Okay, for the material use, okay, we use a PVC pipe. Okay, for the cost, PVC pipe is recycled from we find at College Daman. Okay, bottle recycle. Car toys, we buy at DIY. The cost is the cost car toy is 12 ringgit and 90 cent. For the tape, free. Hot glue gun, free. And pump, the cost is 27 and 20 cent. Okay. Next, product fabrication. Okay, product fabrication procedure. First, we marking. Okay, mark the toy car for the cutting process and make a mark for install the wheel and bottle. Okay, two cutting. Cutting process is involved when we make the body drag car in and the launcher. Okay, for wheel mounting, we assembly the PVC pipe as a holder and the holder of the bottle and the both of the wheel we're using the hot glue gun. Okay, for the assembly launcher, we use a PVC pipe and glue and cable tie to make a launcher. Okay, for the finishing, okay, and finishing we spray and decorate with a spray, and we add the sticker at the drag car. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today I will talk about the discussion for our project. So as we all know, the major obstacle for anything to move is the drag that comes from the air. Since we are using fluid to overcome this drag, we have to use the Bernoulli equation. By applying pressure inside the container, and the pressure from the container will push out the water, creating momentum for that car to move and overcome the drag. So from Bernoulli equation, we discovered that the value of V1 and V2 in the equation can be ignored. This is because the air is forced out from the container instead of flowing from one end to another. So second point is the Z1 and Z2 of the equation can be obtained from measuring the height of, or you can say the angle of the bottle that we are using for our car. So we managed to get the speed for our car during the race, and the speed is 6.36 meter per second, and we can neglect the V1 value because at the start of the race the V is 0, and by applying all the formula and inputting the formula into momentum, in the change of momentum formula, we get that the momentum for our car is 18.44 Newton. So lastly, for our conclusion, we have managed to build a working car that can overcome the drag using momentum created by pressure that pushed water from the container. So as I stated earlier, how the force can be calculated using Bernoulli principle and the momentum equation. And then we also have learned the application of Bernoulli principle and momentum in our daily life. So that's all from me. Thank you.